Alright, hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be talking to you guys about somewhat how to deal with a stalker. So this is kind of like a story time. It's my personal story of how I just tried to wrap my head around it, try to understand it, what I did to make it go away, just the people that helped me along the way. And if you are going through something like this, definitely get help. That's like the number one thing I can tell you, is to get help from someone. And that I will tell you in my story time who I got help from and stuff like that. But I wanted to make this video because I wrote a blog post about it, and I'll link that in the description bar down below. It is in 2 parts because it just ran a little long, so definitely be prepared for this long video. But I hope I just share like everything that I've learned along the way and how I dealt with it. And I just wanted to just tell you guys that it's okay to have those instincts. Like, follow your instincts, friends. Follow your instincts. Sometimes you're just like, oh, this is totally ridiculous. Like, it's super minor. You think it's minor, but sometimes it's really not. And that's like what my story is, in a way. And so yeah, if you like this story time, be sure to give my video a thumbs up. Subscribe down below for more videos. I do a lot of lifestyle, personal, just a bunch of things that can help you guys. That's what I do. And then if you need to talk to me about something, I'll leave my social media down below. I'm very active on that. I will reply to all of your messages. I will help you in any way I can, so be sure to follow me on those social media and message me, whatever you want to do. Anyways, let's just get started with this video. So my freshman year of college, I started hanging out with this group of people. They were pretty much people living on the same floor as I was, and they were pretty cool. They were a little, you could tell that they were like just college boys and college girls, and they just wanted to experience different things. They're away from home, whichever. And so I started hanging out with these group of boys, which they were really awesome. Well, some of them, they were really cool. But I haven't talked to them ever since then. Anyways, not the point. In this group, there was this guy that really didn't stick out to me as much as the others. He didn't talk. He was super quiet. He was just around, I feel like. And he was friends with like my group of guys. So it wasn't like he was just a random guy hanging out. He was friends with those guys. And so, yeah, so I just started to notice him, and we just started talking, started hanging out. We became friends after maybe like 2 months of being in college. And he started having feelings for me, or getting those feelings for me. And I didn't really want to be like an item or a couple, or I didn't really want to really do with him. I wanted to experience college. I wanted to just do my own thing. So when he like asked me or just showed me those interests, I was like, I'm sorry, no, I really don't want anything like that. So, you know, like, back off. I didn't say back off, but like, that was the vibe I was giving off. And remember, guys, I was a freshman in college. I didn't know any better. I just left home. I had so much freedom, and so I was definitely a little aggressive towards this, or like, you know, like those mean girls. I wasn't like a mean girl, but I was just like, no, like, I don't want anything. Like, no, please leave me alone, kind of thing. And so that's what happened. And he stopped talking to me for a little bit, maybe like a few weeks. And then one night he was, one, very drunk and one on some kind of drugs. And he came knocking on my door. And he just kept on screaming like, Malaya, I want to talk to you. Please be with me. I'm sorry if I'm a total mess, but I really want to be with you and stuff like that. And my roommate and I were asleep. It was literally like 3 a.m. in the morning. And we just like let it go. We were like, oh, it's fine, he's gonna leave, it's fine. So after a few minutes, he just kept on knocking, kept on screaming. I was afraid that my neighbors were going to freak out on us, thinking that it was us that was making the noise. And so my roommate got up, got to the door, didn't open it, and was like, please leave or we will call security. Oh, with this too, he was also texting me to let him in. And he was just like apologizing and stuff over text as well for I don't know what, but he was apologizing. He was like just saying, please let me in, give me a chance, whatever it was, over text. And I literally told him over text, like, I will call security on you if you do not stop. And he still like didn't stop. So my roommate had to get up and like go to the door. And then apparently she's more intimidating than my text. Not saying that, nothing bad about that, but he finally left. And so the next morning he messaged me and he was like, oh my gosh, I didn't mean to send any of that. I don't know what happened. Like, I'm sorry. What is wrong with me? And he just like, he probably didn't remember what happened, or he did, but he just pretended like he didn't know what happened. I'm not quite sure. Like, I knew that he was on like a bunch of stuff, and so I was like, okay, whatever, brush it off, don't reply, it's fine. And so we just stopped talking again for like a week, and then I just kept on getting messages after messages after messages. I'd put like a bunch of the messages I got and stuff like that in my blog post, like you can actually see it, so be sure to check that out. But it just would not stop, and I would not reply. My friend was like, just don't reply, he'll go away, it's fine. But he just wouldn't stop. And then one day I found out that he got expelled from the university because I don't know what happened. Maybe they like found drugs in his room or something, which is whatever, like I don't really care. And so I was like, thank goodness, he'll probably leave me alone now. Turns out he called the cops on me. So I was at a sorority event that night, and when I came back to my room, I saw that somebody was like, it just looked like someone was going through my stuff. And so I was like, oh my gosh, like, did he break into my room? Like, what's going on? And then all of a sudden security knocks at my door and tells me that I have to go downstairs and talk to the cops. And I was like, what is actually going on? Like, why is this happening to me? And so I went down. The cops told me that someone called saying that I had weapons in my dorm room and that I wanted to harm students at my university and stuff like that. And this lady cop literally just stood out to me. She was so nice and caring, and she looked at me and she was like, we know that it's not you. We looked at your dorm, we looked at your pictures and stuff, and you do not seem like the girl that would do something like that. Like, I totally believe you. And so they were asking me, like, is there somebody out there that would want to harm you or just say these things about you because they're angry, upset? Like, do you have enemies? And I was like, no. Like, I don't want to have, I didn't want to have any enemies, and two, why would I have enemies in college? Like, all I wanted to do was just, like, do college things. So I was like, no, I try to get along with everybody. And then, like, it literally clicked. So I was like, so there's this guy that actually will not leave me alone. And sure enough, they went into their log because he called with his home phone number. and it turned out that it was him. And so the lady cop, she pretty much just told me, like, he seems kind of dangerous, making all this stuff about you, and like he keeps on contacting you. Block him on all these social media, block him on pretty much everything that you can block him on. So I did that, and she was like, just in case, you should get a restraining order on him because he does know where you live. And so I was like, yeah, that's probably a good idea. I was pretty scared. Like, it wasn't something that I was used to, first of all, and I've never had any enemies, especially someone that lies or stalks me or just like that. I've never had experience before. So I was terrified. Hence, like, my story is pretty minor compared to like other people's story. I'm not saying like my story was like, whoa, like this huge thing happened to me. No, like it was pretty minor, but I was actually pretty scared for my life. So again, if you have that instinct where you're afraid, follow your instincts. That's literally what this story is pretty much about. Just follow your instincts, because most likely it is true. I went to Minnesota State University in Mankato, and they had like a women's center that helped just sexually assaulted women that just like need a space to go and talk, need some shelter. That's what they do. They're called CADA, and I went to them and I literally like told her the whole story, showed her the messages that he sent me. Hence, some of these messages were really creepy. He like sent like emojis of us. He'd be like, this is us, holding hands, like we were holding hands, and then he's like, this is us when you don't reply or whatever, and then he like sent a really sad face. Like, they were pretty creepy messages, but again, I never replied to that, and I told her I never replied to that, and she was like, that's probably a good thing you don't reply, because if you did reply, a judge will think that like I was in a relationship with him and that he wasn't like actually stalking me, and obviously I wasn't in a relationship with him. So that was that. And she was like, yeah, this sounds pretty serious, like let's try to get a restraining order so he doesn't try to find you, because you know he knew where I live. And so we tried to get that process and go through, and one judge actually declined my restraining order, saying that it was a relationship problem that he didn't want to deal with, that we needed to resolve ourselves. I haven't talked to this guy since he knocked on my door. We are not in a relationship, first of all. And so she tried to get another judge on it, and the other judge was like, yeah, this is definitely something we need to put a restraining order on. So thank goodness she helped me out on that. But anyway, so I honestly, throughout my whole college freshman career, I was looking over my back. I was afraid to go in my dorm room, to sleep in my dorm room. Sometimes I had to sleep at a friend's dorm room because I was so afraid for my life that he would come find me, that I told the cops on him, because, you know, the cops found out that he was the one that, you know, called about the weapons. So I was like afraid that he would just get angry at me and just come and hurt me. And thank goodness he never did, but I did get messages from random Facebook users, saying like, I was a whore, I was a slut, I'm a terrible person, like why did I do this to him? Why did I mess with his head? Why am I such a bad person? Okay, one message said something about Yik Yak. Do you guys remember Yik Yak? And I was like, I don't even go on Yik Yak. What are you talking about? He literally said something about like me talking crap about him on Yik Yak. One, I don't have Yik Yak. Two, Yik Yak is anonymous, so how would he actually know that I was talking about him even though I didn't have Yik Yak? Blows my mind. But anyways, so for my whole freshman year, I didn't sleep in my dorm room. I would go home, I would sleep in somebody else's room during school hours or during the week. On the weekends, I would go home. I was just terrified. And I understand that, again, this is really minor compared to like other people, but if I didn't follow my instinct, if I didn't get that restraining order, I don't know what would have happened. And if the cops didn't find out that it was him and, you know, called his parents and told his parents about it, I honestly don't know if what would actually happen to me. Like, would he actually come back and find me? Like, what would actually, like, just thinking about it, I just follow your instinct, guys. But I know that the cops told me that his parents were dealing with him. They were putting him in like counseling therapy or whatever. And so, like, I knew that his parents had like that grasp on him a little bit. So I was like terrified, but I wasn't as terrified. Like, what if he did get loose? Like, what if he like just left? So that's what really scared me. But if I didn't, honestly, if I didn't get that restraining order, his parents wouldn't have known. If I didn't go in and tell the cops about him, his parents wouldn't have known. On a side note, when he got kicked out of college, he moved back in with his parents. That's why his parents like is involved in all this. Like, yeah, he was 19 years old, but he did move back in with his parents. So yeah, I was pretty terrified. It was a really scary time for me. And fast forward my sophomore year, he contacted Mike, my fiance now. He contacted my sister, he contacted my best friends. I literally thought it was gonna go away, and it didn't go away. And it's been almost a year since he didn't contact me. The last time he contacted me was the summer of 2017. And so that's how like stalkerish he was, where he just kept on just trying to find where I was, just trying to find me, just trying to message me, trying to say that please forgive me, like I messed up, blah blah blah. He messaged Mike saying that I was crazy, and that he shouldn't be with me. He messaged my sister saying that she was gorgeous, but damn, your sister is, Malaya is so gorgeous, she's so beautiful. And I'm just like, I haven't talked to you for like 2 years. Leave me alone. But thank goodness he doesn't know where I live now. And when I did move out of the dorms, I felt 110% better about everything. But again, there's just some things that you just can't control. And if you have that feeling that somebody is going to hurt you, if you have that feeling that somebody is stalking you, or somebody is just being very odd around you, follow your instinct. Please, please, please. I just heard on the news how like this girl in the Netherlands got stabbed by her roommate. She literally told her mom that he was acting odd. She should have left. Like, that's what I'm saying. Yes, it feels like you're putting them down, or that you're just being that person that just is, you know, overreacting. But really, you're not, because it's better to be safe than sorry. So if there is a problem, or if you think that you have a stalker, if you think that something is wrong, follow your instinct. Please, please, please. That is what I'm telling you guys. Leave. Find help. Do something. I posted again a blog post with all the messages and stuff of what I could find in my blog post, so be sure to check that out. And if you need to talk to me, please don't hesitate to message me. I will always answer to you. I will always talk to you. I always reply to all my comments. I always reply to all my messages. So be sure, if you have any questions or just need someone to talk to, please message me. I will be there for you. I will help you. I would guide you. I will find somebody to help you in your area, whatever it is. I am here. Alright, so that is all I am going to talk to you guys about today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helps you. and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.